I'm going to break down the Ed Sheeran tune Castle on the Hill. It's a cool song to play, it's loads of fun. The strumming is really straightforward, and it's a great strumming pattern to take into other classic tunes. We don't need any bar chords, we don't need a capo, and we stay in standard tuning. I'll fly through the chords. As ever, if you want the charts and chord diagrams for this song and loads of other great guitar content, head over to our Patreon page or site, which is patreon.com/SoundHuntMusic. Alright, let's jump in with these chords. We need a D major. So you might know that by now. It's open D string, first finger on the second fret of the G, third finger on the third fret of the B, second finger on the second fret of the high E. We don't strum the bottom two strings. Then we change the next chord. We'll talk strumming in a minute. The next chord is D with an F sharp in the bass. Now, there's a couple of ways of playing that. Ed Sheeran seems to do it like this. So you keep your third finger on the third fret of the B. These two, first and second, move. The second finger goes on the second fret of the G, and the first finger goes on the second fret of the low E. Now there we've got an A string muted, which we want, D string ringing, G and B are fretted, ringing, and then that high E is muted. Now we only hit that chord briefly, so that's a transition to practice, changing D to D with an F sharp in the bass. One other way you could do your D with the F sharp in the bass, hello Mr. Thumb, bring it over the edge of the neck, fretboard, and put your thumb on the second fret of the low E string, and these three fingers stay the same. Then we go to G major. Now Ed Sheeran's playing it like this, second finger third fret low E, first finger second fret A, open D, open G, third finger third fret B, pinky, third fret high E. Then we change to a B minor 7. Now you might be worried when you hear B, or B minor, or B major, or B dominant, that we're going to use a bar chord. We're not. We're going to do it like this. We're going to keep our third and fourth fingers where they were. Third finger third fret B, pinky, third fret high E. Our first finger is going to go on the second fret of the A. That's where it was for the G. And the second finger is going to go on the second fret of the A. So to change from that G to that B minor 7, it's just the second finger that moves. We don't play that low E string when it's B minor 7. Alright, so far we've gone D, D slash F sharp. I favour the thumb. G, and then B minor 7. And then to finish off the progression and all the chords we need in the song, A7 sus 4. Now that first finger just drops from the second fret of the A to the second fret of the D. There's our chords, and they make up the okay, you might have another way of playing A7 sus 4. You might bar your first finger across the D and G. That's up to you. Let's talk how we start the song. On the album version, if it's like the kind of big arrangement with drums and electric guitar going on, there is a cool little guitar part, actually, kind of a... that kind of vibe. We're not looking at that in this video, the electric guitar arrangement. We're just looking at what you might play if you were accompanying yourself singing it, or what you might play if you were accompanying a singer, basically. So, at the start of the song, we get 4 bars of D major. So let's talk strumming. 8 strums per bar. We're playing quavers. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're in 4/4 time signature. Quarter notes or crotchets would be 1, 2, 3, 4. But each beat gets 2 strums. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. We're going to accent, so make some of those strums louder, but we'll talk about that later. Let's get the verse progression mapped out. This is the verse and chorus progression, actually. The verse and chorus is the same. So, verse. D for 6 strums. D with F sharp in the bass for 2. And then G for 8 strums. B minor 7 for 8 strums. A7 sus 4 for 8 strums. So that gives us verse and chorus progression. The verse is 16 bars long, so it's 4 times round that progression. So D / F sharp to G, B minor 7, A7 sus 4. That was once through. We do it 4 times for the verse. Alright, I'm going to play it twice now, see if you can play along. 1, 2, play now. So do that 4 times for the first verse. Then it's the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is 10 bars long. Relatively unusual to have 10 bar sections in tunes, but anyway, go for it, Ed. We go to G. Same strumming on the album version, 8 down strums. Then we change to an A7 sus 4, to D, the first 4 bars of this pre-chorus are G, A7 sus 4, D, G. So you have G, A7 sus 4, D, and a G. And we do that again. G for bar 5 of the pre-chorus, A7 sus 4, bar 6, D is bar 7, and G is bar 8. Then we go G again, A7 sus 4. That's our 10 bars. Let's play with the strumming from the top of the pre-chorus. 1, 2, play now, and G. A7 sus 4 to D, to G. And we play that again, so G, A7 sus 4, D, G. Stay on the G, A7 sus 4. Then we're into the chorus. Remember, the chorus is the same as the verse. D, F sharp G, B minor 7, A7 sus 4. The chorus is 16 bars long. That first chorus is. It's that progression, D with an F sharp to G, B minor 7, A7 sus 4, 4 times round. Okay. Then we get a little break on the album version. At the end of the chorus, he plays on a D. 4 bars of D. Now I'm putting a little down up down now and again in to separate the cycles, if you like, the bars there. I was going. You don't need to do that. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strums on each chord. Okay, just a recap of the structure so far. The intro, just 4 bars of D. Verse 1 is D, so D with F sharp in the bass, G, B minor 7, A7 sus 4, 4 times round. Then the pre-chorus, which was that G, A7 sus 4, D, G, and again G, A7 sus 4, D, G, and then G, A7 sus 4, and then the chorus, which is the same as the verse, same progression, 4 times round. Okay, so at the end of chorus 1 we have a break, D for 4 bars, and then it's verse 2, exactly the same as the first time. D, F sharp G, B minor 7, A7 sus 4. Alright, after verse 2 it's pre-chorus again, exactly the same as before, and then chorus again, exactly the same as before. Okay, then we get a little tag at the end of the chorus with woos. He's basically like kind of ad-libbing and he's kind of playing a little tag on the end of the chorus. It's just round the progression 2 more times. So if you want to carry that over into your arrangement or your version, the chorus would be that main progression, the one that crops up most, 6 times, not 4 times, if you want to add on those woos at the end, yeah. Cool. After the second chorus, we get a bridge. That's when he's kind of telling you where his friends went off. Did one move to the coast? One's already married, kids, I think. The bridge is the same chords in a different order. It's B minor 7, G, D, A7 sus 4. So that's B minor 7 for a bar, G for a bar, D for a bar, A7 sus4 for a bar. So that's B minor 7, G, D, A7 sus4. Now that progression is 4 bars long and you play it 5 times for the bridge. It's a 20 bar bridge. He's got a lot of friends to tell you about the kind of what they're up to now. So just to recap that progression: B minor 7, G, D, A7 sus4, 5 times round. Out of the bridge we go back to the chorus, which is the main progression. And the first 2 times around that progression, it's kind of a breakdown chorus. I'm on my way. It's a bit chilled. I would think they're introducing potentially a different strum. So maybe a down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Maybe just once round. Ed Sheeran does that on a few of the live lounge kind of radio show, live versions of this he's done. So I'm using that down, down, up, down, up strumming pattern you might have already come across. I'll just show you that again. Down, down, up, down, up. Now we have to take care with that D with the F sharp. That's just going to get the down, up at the end of that first bar. So D would be down, down, up, and then D with an F sharp, down, up. Everything else in that progression gets down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Okay? Remember, 2 times around that progression for the kind of breakdown chorus. The second time, I'd go back to all downs. Now that's 2 times around for the breakdown, and then from there you've just got 4 times around that progression to finish the tune. So 16 bars from there basically, and you'd be going. That thing, okay? Alright. We can accent some of our down strums in that core strumming pattern to bring it to life, and this is the kind of feel we get. So the 1st, 4th and 7th strums, I don't know why I'm just whacking my guitar as I say those numbers, 1st, 4th and 7th strums could be accented. That would give us 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. See what I mean? We've got that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you don't do that, still sounds really cool, but that accent just brings it to life. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's exaggerated. Now, one more thing you can do, use a bit of palm muting. Certainly in the verses. So palm muting is where you take this fleshy side of your hand and lay it across the strings ahead of the bridge. So on an acoustic guitar, towards the sound hole from the bridge. If I do too much, the strings don't resonate, but there's a level where we get this nice, compressed sound. That's one thing to introduce. So if you're feeling confident with the chord shapes, the 5 chords, the changes, the structure of the song, see if you can introduce those accents and some palm muting. It is a fun song to play. I really like it. It's if I'm playing in function bands at weddings and kind of do's and events like that, it's a classic one that seems to have stuck in sets and kind of repertoire from recent years. Those chords as well, they're really useful. They're going to crop up in lots of different songs. If you've ever learnt an Oasis song, you've probably seen the A7 sus4. That strumming in that style is really common in classic rock and pop rock, kind of not really hard rock, but certainly going to crop up in your kind of Bryan Adams-y kind of sound, and One Republic and things like that maybe. Cool! I hope that video has helped you dig into Ed Sheeran's Castle on the Hill. Don't forget you can get the charts and chord diagrams over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/SoundHuntMusic. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. That does really help us and makes us feel like these YouTube videos have been noticed by you guys. I hope that was really helpful. See you next time. Bye!